Hello, teacher friends. We just completed some community murals done by staff members at 4 different elementary schools. I'll share with you what those look like. This one was from Washington Elementary School. This is one from Grant Elementary School. And these examples are large. They're about 4 feet in diameter, or 4 feet across, and I mounted them on sheets of cardboard that I got at Costco, just the slip sheets from in between stacks of food. And this one is from Alice Burney. This one had 48 pieces, whereas the last one had 24, and the first one I think had 40 pieces. This is Lafayette School, 24 pieces, and I will explain a little bit about how the process went. Around the edges of these community murals, I had staff contribute 3 words, their hopes for the year 2020. So if you're doing a class mural, you could adapt it to something other than hopes for the year. It could have a word or something similar. So just the really quick process, you can make your mural as big as you want. Start by sketching it out. And then I just cut it into pieces, create an array. If you have an odd number of students, you can just do a couple pieces yourself or include some of the adults who work with your students. When you cut it up, avoid creating these teeny tiny little spaces for coloring. I made a mistake here and here when I cut this one. This was just a prototype example for this video. So I would just avoid making those itty bitty pieces for coloring. And then the next step is to color in or to label each zone. So for my purposes, I made zone 1 the numbers or letters if you want letters in your mural. And the zone 2 was the background. So anywhere that they need to color background colors, that's labeled as 2, and then the frame. So I make sure that every single piece that I cut out, every little section is labeled with numbers. Then I flip all the pieces over and I labeled and numbered the backs. That helps me when I assemble the pieces. Also, it makes sure that people don't color on the back and they color on the correct side. Another thing you will probably want to do is create an example for your students. Show them you want to practice. What kind of colors do you want to work with? What's your color scheme? How's that going to look? If you want to simplify the project, you could just go zone 1, warm colors, red, orange, yellow, and you could go zone 2, cool colors, blue, green, and purple. We used oil pastels for our project, but I think that crayons would work, colored pencils, markers, whatever they have to color with. It might be nice if it was the same medium for all students, just to create some unity. In this example from Washington Elementary, I provided different examples or different ways that you might color sections, and I let them know the 3 colors for each zone. Again, you could provide just 2 colors for your zones to make it simpler. But this was the color scheme that went together for Washington. Oh, Washington for zone 3 had 4 colors. That was exciting. My recommendations were to use all the colors for each zone, cover the space all the way to the edges, avoid blending to a solid color, and try layering and mixing colors. I recommend using a thicker paper for your mural pieces, and then you could either glue it onto cardboard or you could glue it onto bulletin board paper, which might be easier to mount if you're going to hang it somewhere in your classroom. I hope you have a chance to do this with your students. Enjoy. Email me if you have any questions. Thanks.